Oh God. Oh, please save me with this. Oh, Jesus Lord. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's rewind. Do this like a professional, and I use that term lightly, by the way. Hi there, my name is Fallout and welcome back to the channel. I missed you, how you been? Good. Did you see that there's a new TWAB up on Bungie.net? Oh, you did? Well, this isn't a game show, but take a seat and let's talk about it. As you might know, Season 9, aka the current season of D2 that we're in, ends next month with Season 10 beginning on March 10th. Coming with that new season of content is a big old sandbox update. The latest TWAB gives us a preview of the changes, specifically the ones focused on weapon updates. So if you're here to read up on the nerfing of handheld supernova or some other subclass related BS, that'll probably be another time. But yeah, let's dive into these weapon changes because some of them are kind of minor and some of them, yeah, well, you know. Anyway, first up, Bungie reminded us that yeah, swords are terrible and are getting a big overhaul in how they perform. The main goal, of course, being to make them less terrible. I'll go over that in depth when the new season drops, but again, Bungie just reminding us that change from a previous TWAB is still on the table. Next up, we got the Izanagi's Burden. Ever since the massive nerf of auto-reloading, i.e. the Rally Barricade and the Lunafaction boots, the Izanagi's Burden has cemented itself as the confirmed dank 420 blaze it, use this or you're out of the fire team choice for raids. Mainly because you don't want the Izanagi to auto-reload itself anyway. You want to cram your bullets together into one bullet and hit that raid boss with a super hot fire mega bullet. Bungie has taken note that its usage has skyrocketed, especially because it also runs on special ammo. Their solution to take it down a peg is by making it so that the animation speed of Honed Edge, aka the load up the magic bullet perk, is no longer affected by your weapon's reload stat, meaning you can pile on reload enhancing armor mods all day, and you're not gonna load that magic bullet into your Izanagi any faster. Also, they're replacing Outlaw with no distractions, but that seems less drastic than the other change, considering most of the time you were just loading up the magic bullet to DPS a raid boss anyway. Next up, we got sniper rifles in general. Remember how back in Shadowkeep they gave us a hot PvE damage buff? Yeah, about that. They're taking it all back. Bungie has recognized that snipers are very safe options for PvE because, shocker, you can sit in the back of the map and pop off on enemies of the light with no repercussion. So damage to major enemies and bosses is being taken back a whole 20%. Ouch. Now, even though that sounds pretty brutal, I'm still guessing that snipers are going to be a hot choice for PvE activities because, again, you can just sit way back and shred enemies. You don't have to take risks up close the way shotguns and fusion rifles have to. Mark my words, that new Nightfall difficulty Grandmaster also mentioned in this TWAB, snipers are going to be hot in that activity even with the damage reduction. On the PvP side, rapid fire snipers base impact is dropping down from 100 to 90, meaning that in Season 10, rapid fire snipers like the Twilight Oath are going to be less strong because they won't have the ability to 2-tap Guardians in the body in PvP anymore. Just gonna say, would have been nice if someone could have gotten a certain curated sniper before this change, but whatever, I'm totally over it. Adaptive Sniper's Precision Multiplier, aka headshot damage, is being taken down from 3.25 to 2.95, meaning I'm pretty sure that in Season 10, if you want to headshot somebody out of their roaming super with a Beloved or any other adaptive frame, you're probably gonna need box breathing. DMG from Bungie has pretty much inadvertently confirmed this on Twitter, mentioning that yeah, aggressive frames are still good to shut down supers, but adaptive frames he did not mention. I think both of those changes are actually good. With the Beloved currently being able to one-tap roaming supers without box breathing, it kind of makes high-impact snipers totally useless. Well, not totally, but you know what I mean. Moving on, grenade launchers. Aggressive frame, aka 150 RPM launchers like Swarm of the Ray Ray and Outrageous Fortune are being renamed as rapid fire frame launchers. In addition to a name change, they're getting their damage reduced as well as a minor overall rate of fire tweak. They're making making that change because they were essentially making adaptive frame grenade launchers kinda useless since they did the same damage but fired slower. Also, all launchers are getting a minus 10% damage against majors and bosses. Makes sense, grenade launchers have been pretty powerful in PvE lately. Maybe rocket launchers are back on the menu, but we'll see. IMO grenade launchers seem like they'll still be a hot choice moving forward for PvE. Lord of Wolves. Release the Wolves, aka the exotic perk, now significantly reduces this weapon's accuracy while active. I'd like to say, as a completely impartial party whose only interest is to deliver the information, man, this gun about time, Jesus, good riddance, you dirty mother. And I hate your design. All right, I'm good. If you play on console right now, I want to help you understand. I play pretty consistently on all 3 platforms, and let me tell you, this gun is a nightmare on PC right now. If you're on console and feel that Lord of Wolves is currently a problem for where you're playing, trust me, my guy, you have no idea. Thank your lucky stars you haven't played on Steam. I guarantee you, it's 100 times worse. The complete ease of controlling the recoil of this gun on mouse and keyboard just makes me want to puke all over my shoes. Again, the PC community especially have been very vocal about this gun for a long time, and here we finally have a fix. I really hope that when Bungie says significantly reduced accuracy, they're taking into account the M&K people, because if they aren't, this change ain't gonna do jack. They really need to bloom out that accuracy cone hardcore, make it crazy, like 1,000,000 miles wide. No exaggeration, Lord of Wolves has had its day in the sun, let it sit in the shade for a while. Think about what it did. The last word. Although this weapon is extra dirty on M&K, it's actually pretty good on all platforms in PvP right now, regardless of input method. And of course, Bungie has apparently taken note. Their goal is to help transform the last word back into its intended role as a hipfire based weapon. Fanfire now adjusts the precision scaler while hip firing, and here's some damage number tweaks. Landing a headshot via hipfire is going up from 67.95 to 68.27, and getting a headshot via ADSing is going down from 67.95 to 52.2. Yeesh. Body shots via hipfire and via ADSing are both going down from 50 to 38. Double yeesh. That means that instead of a 4-shot body kill, we are now going to be looking at a 5-shot body kill. 6 if the enemy guardian has beefy resilience. That's kinda major. ADSing the last word no longer gives extra effective range, triple yeesh, reduced stability for mouse and keyboard input. Wah wah. If I'm reading that correct, and I'd like to think that I am, that means that they're gonna make the gun kick harder for people on M&K, and that is a huge blow to the gun's viability on PC. Hot damn. Reduced the effective range, quadruple yeesh, and adjusted the way target acquisition is handled while hip firing. Well, at least they ended that one on a positive note, but if you listen carefully while idling in orbit, you can hear Shin Malphur gently weeping somewhere across the galaxy. Next up we have, Next up we have shotguns. Can't wait to dive into this one, let me tell you. Okay, according to Bungie, one problem shotguns had, that to be honest was something I never really felt affected by ever, was that target acquisition was pulling Guardian's shotties towards enemies' heads, which would then make it so that the bulk of your pellets would miss, because landing pellets on a tiny Guardian head is harder than landing them center mass right in the old breadbasket. So they're tweaking that to make sure it doesn't happen anymore. Cool. Now the last 2 changes are, there's a lot to think about right here in these 2 very short sentences. First one, cone angle is now adjusted on a per sub-archetype basis and is no longer adjusted by the range stat. Second one, ADSing no longer adjusts effective range for this weapon archetype. Okay, this is really hard to get into right now without actually getting my hands on the new Season 10 shotguns, but in a nutshell, did you see my recent video about range? It talks a lot about accuracy cones, something referenced directly in these patch notes. Starting next season, having high range on your shotgun is no longer going to affect the accuracy cone angle on your shoddy. Instead, each type of shotgun, i.e. precision frame shotties, aggressive frame shotties, lightweight frame shotties, are all getting their very own unique accuracy cones, which will no longer be adjustable via the range stat. F's in the mother friggin' chat. The second one is just, it's raising a lot of questions in my head right now. ADSing no longer adjusts the effective range for this weapon type. So what will ADSing your shotgun do? Anything? Are you gonna get the benefit of a tighter pellet spread via full choke? Are you gonna get the benefit of a tighter pellet spread via ADSing at all? Are you gonna get the slightly better pellet spread, but ADSing just doesn't extend your range and accuracy cone anymore? Seriously, I feel like I have a headache right now reading these words. No longer adjusts effective range for this weapon archetype. So is range going to be a dump stat on the shotguns come March? What am I even reading right now? Man, trust me, come season 10, I promise I will get back into testing shotties full on. We'll figure it all out together, no matter how many tubs of advanced.gg Focus 2.0 energy drink it takes to use promo code Fallout. Moving right along, we come to fusion rifles. First off, they got the shotgun treatment, aka no more having fusions gravitate naturally to the head, which could throw off your shot entirely. Next up, changes to the high impact archetype, aka Erentil. Damage falloff for high impact fusions can now floor at 0.5 times, previously at 0.75. If you don't know what that means, it translates to high impact fusion rifles maximum damage falloff distance is still really far, and they're making it shorter. Effective range in the impact of the optics stat for this weapon archetype has been reduced across the board. Translation, Erentils with scopes that offered increased zoom are hella responsible for fusions being able to get kills from so deep, and they're getting toned down. Finally, backup plan is getting kicked in the crotch. If you have a high impact frame fusion, aka Erentil, with backup plan, the charge time and the impact are both getting watered down to rapid fire frame archetype levels. So you got an Erentil with backup plan, you whip it out real quick to activate backup plan, and your Erentil magically transforms into a Zealot's Reward fusion rifle for a few seconds instead of an Erentil on crack. Finally, we come to auto rifles, and I gotta tell you people, these changes might be some of the biggest right here. Impact values have now changed for high impact frame, precision frame, adaptive frame, and rapid fire frame auto rifles. I gotta be honest, the changes to adaptive frame auto rifles in particular are kinda worrying me. Buffing body shots by 2 and headshots by 3, that's kind of a big deal. I'm pretty sure that we should all be keeping a very close eye on the Suros regime because it is definitely going to benefit hardcore from these changes. Telling you right now, fellas, that gun might be worth a try right away in Season 10. Mark my words on that. Anyway, that's it for right now on the Season 10 weapon patch notes. Be sure to check back later in March because I fully plan on doing some before and after weapon testing to showcase some of these changes when the update drops. Make sure you don't miss it and click that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And please click subscribe if you haven't already. I can't confirm, but 9 out of 10 people I talk to tell me that clicking subscribe makes them taller and more handsome. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.